Ha'olila ho'omaha. That means happy holidays in Olelo, Hawaii. If you want to know what our plans are for this holiday season, stick around. Aloha Homeschooling Ohanas, welcome back to my channel. I am Summer. I am a homeschooling mama to one little, and we're currently in his first grade year of homeschooling. And I wanted to just hop on and talk about our plans for the month of December and the first week of January 2023. There are three things that we are using for our vision this holiday season. Yes, I have a vision this holiday season, and it's going to be one that we stress less. I'm not sure about you, but usually gift shopping, decorating, cooking, plus also homeschooling, it stresses me out. So I did not want to stress out like that this year. So our decorations are very minimal. Gift shopping is minimal, and we are doing something different this year for learning at home learning. The second thing for our vision will be that it's all about fun. I just want to have fun this holiday season with my child and just build memories. The third thing will be to incorporate diversity and our culture into everything that we do this holiday season. Let's jump into what we plan to do this holiday season. So the first thing that we plan to do more of this holiday season is bake and cook. Of course, I cook for, our meals every day. However, I rarely bake, and if I bake, I only bake what I know. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to baking because it just does not turn out the way it's supposed to turn out. Give me a recipe to cook, I can cook. Baking, I don't know. So that is our plan this holiday season, is we're going to cook and bake a lot. However, we are going to bake traditional, but it's with a twist. We're going to bake some of the recipes that my husband and I grew up with during our childhood years during the holidays. And we're going to talk about it. Like, we love butter mochi. Like, I love butter mochi. So, and my son's had it. I mean, we have it a few times a year, but we've never talked about it. We've never talked about who taught me it, why I like it, the ingredients that go into it. Like, what's the difference between the mochiko flour that we use in butter mochi compared to regular flour, right? That we use for regular baking. So things like that. We are also going to take 2 different recipes from 2 different cultures or countries, and that they use for the holiday season, and we're going to bake them, crossing fingers that my local Asian Mart has a lot of the ingredients that I need, because if not, I have to drive far away to get them. So we'll see how that works out. So it's going to be a lot of cooking and baking. So our plan is to bake at least once or twice a week this holiday season. The next thing that we're going to do this holiday season is that we are going to learn about traditions. More specifically, we are going to learn about our family's traditions during the holiday season. And also, just like I mentioned, we're picking 2 recipes to bake from a different country or culture. We're going to talk about those two places that we pick, as far as how do they celebrate the holiday season. Because let's be real, not everybody calls it Christmas, and not everybody celebrates it the way that you and I celebrate it in America, right? And that's fine. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how they celebrate the holidays. We're going to talk about why our family does certain things. Like for New Year's, our family celebrates by not spending money on the first day of the year. It brings us good luck, as per our tradition, as per our culture. But we're gonna talk about why, like who started that in our family, or does it really bring us good luck? All that stuff. The next thing on our list is that we are using specific resources when it comes to books on teaching our child about the holidays. The books that we are planning to use will be BIPOC stories, and also from BIPOC authors. And if you are not familiar with the term BIPOC, it basically means that it's Black, Indigenous, people of color. So it acknowledges the individual experiences and identities of those people of color. So that's going to be great for us because it promotes diversity. It helps us to learn about other people's cultures and other people's differences. And it also helps us to feel like we're included in these stories as well. Because as most of you know, we are Native Hawaiians and of Asian descent as well. And it is rare to find, well, not so much anymore, but growing up for me, it was rare to find Christmas or holiday stories where the characters look like me. And so it's not even just looking like me, but it's about the family dynamic. They weren't always in most or any of the Christmas stories that I grew up with. So it's nice to have more diversity and inclusivity in the holiday stories now that I can share with my child. We're also using these books, the BIPOC books, to really compare them to the type of holiday books like I grew up with, the American versions. So for instance, we have different versions of the 12 Days of Christmas. So I want to go ahead and read the traditional 12 Days of Christmas to my child, but also talk about maybe another type of 12 Days of Christmas from a different culture. And so those are things that we're going to do and how we're going to use BIPOC books. The last topic on our list of what we are learning in December is something that's a bit hard for most people to talk about. It shows the ugly part of our U.S. history. And it's okay. Like my child needs to learn about that. And some of you might be wondering why I'm going to do it during the holiday season. It's basically because the event that led to the topic that we're going to discuss, it happened in December. So most of you, if not all of you, already know about the Pearl Harbor bombing. It happened in December of 1941. We introduced the topic to our child earlier this year. We talked about it, why it happened, how it affected the United States of America. However, one thing that I don't think is discussed enough of or early enough of is the Japanese internment camps in the United States of America. So that is a topic that we are going to introduce to him this December. And it'll be only for like the first week of December. We're just going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it through books written about children that were in the internment camps. So a book like Baseball Saved Us, it talks about how one of the Japanese American boys, how they found light and hope and dignity through baseball in the internment camps. So we're going to teach him these things. We're going to talk about these topics, but using books. We're going to use books. We're not going to show him any gory. We're not going to talk about the gore. We're not going to talk about the politics behind it, because I do feel like right now he is too young to learn about those things. And we will gradually introduce him to the heavier things of history as he gets older. However, I don't feel like the topic itself is too young to introduce him to at this age. And my hopes is that it'll help to teach him more about being empathetic, more about being compassionate, about being accepting and loving to all people. So those are our plans for the holiday season as far as home learning goes. Crossing fingers that everything works out. But it's the holidays. And you know how homeschooling is? It changes with the weather sometime, right? So, but again, at the forefront of our vision this year is to have fun, stress less, and just really incorporate our culture and our traditions into learning every day for our child. But that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And happy holidays. So glad to have you here. And I'll see you again soon. Aloha, ohiho, until we meet again.